This is Daf Yomi Yerushalmi, coming to you from the Beis Medrash in the Midwest Torah Center in South Bend, Indiana, where I was going to be scholar residence of Shabbos by Eli Ginspark's shul with his wonderful community. And today we are doing Demai, Demai, in the Art Scroll Ozvara edition. We are on Daf Chafhem Ralef, the top line, Rabbi Zrikon Shimon Barva B'Shem Rabbi Yochanan. And this is in the Vilna on Daf Yud Beis Amud Aleph, the fourth line. Rabbi Zrikon Shimon Barva B'Shem Rabbi Yochanan. Rofei Chaver. You had a doctor who's a Chaver, who's named on Trumas Hamaisis. You have to give a sick person who doesn't have amoritz. No stain l'toch yodav, ain't no stain l'toch piv. You can put it into his hand and not into his mouth. So the assumption is that, as the Rabbi Moshe says, midavar shein mesukon, which has not been fixed. No stain l'toch yodav shcholet, le'achil atzmo toch piv. I don't know if it's I'll sleep in the Iver Messiah, but I think it's more of an issue of that because after all, talking about the Rabbanan here, but that doesn't make a difference. It's I'm not sure. Maybe it's the Iver. Obviously, there's a cheshbon here that it's for makom chayli, the leniencies. But kuli hai v'ulai. But that's only b'dmai. Avad I feel toch yodo asur. But if it's definitely untight, you can't even put it into his mouth. You can't into his hand. Sorry. So again, Ashas here explains. So it is really, I guess, some type of Messiah because if it's a chayla she'ein bo sakana, he's not even allowed to be suri grabana. And he says here, I am shulchan, etc. Shachsha, become my law gazu. You know, it's Rabbanan, the chayla, you can't give a chayla she'ein bo sakana to eat. That's normally it's the Rabbanan, like they say, op v'chalav. But by Demai, they're a makel. And then it was op v'chalav, you couldn't even put it in his hand. But since it's Demai, so therefore you can put it in his hand, just don't give him to eat. Now this says the Gemara, mishal chayla. This is if the substance belongs to the chayla. And Bnei Moshe says the daf going at Demai mishal chayla. But if it's of the doctors, I'm mishal roifei. So the doctors shalachim amaretz took part from amaretz v'dayin lo tikno, doesn't fix it. Also, after you take the yodo, can't put in his hand, even though it's mine. Why? Because you're a chaver, roifei chaver. You can't give somebody to eat mine, even if it's a makom chayli. Okay, so I should say that's not the way to put it. You can't give the mai of your own. You give the chayla's own mai to him. You can't give the mai of your own because you're a chaver. Okay, but again, by vadai, if you talk yodo aser, mishal chayla, that's what mishal chayla, mishal roifei aser, b'Yisrael, but it's only aser b'Yisrael. Avo b'sheben Noach, afilu b'vadai mutar. But ben Noach, you allow, even by vadai, you allow to give it him. Still, mishal roifei aser. Ima yo'ever min achai. Well, actually, before we do that, so the Bnei Moshe says, "B'Yisrael tafka." Avo b'nei Noach gon she'akum zeh no yafish shumus u'maisim shalom. The non-Jew had a he took up shumus u'maisis on his own. Normally did that. Now come on, akum kuti trumas and truma. That's the same maisis. It's valid. Abi she'enakum chaybem. He was required to give them. Come nevertheless. Shame truma maiser alav. It's got a chalei shame and truma maiser. It's Hershey Tina saying Truma the coin. The Truma of the non-Jew saying the coin. Imar Mishadas is solely frisch. He says, I did this to be like a Jew. Being love, not Tuna Gniza. It's got to go into Shemus, so to speak. Shema Libo L'Shemayim. So if he did it to be like a Jew, so his take of Truma says, I'm taking Truma to Maisasav as Zoivi Ayid. So then you can go to the Kohen. Maybe it's just take of Truma to Maisasav. We're afraid. No, maybe he had a mind to make them korbanos, to make them kachim. So therefore, that'd be put in Gniza. If you get to a non-Jew who's sick, but he usually takes two mices, mutar fil babada ein metukan, even if it's not fixed, it's still lethal, still dividend. There's no prohibition for him to eat his own truma meiser, right? Because it's probably not even forbidden for Yisrael to eat the truma meiser, because it's not true truma meiser. It's something akin to truma meiser. But something to the guy, it's not also. For low avu peiros of tevel gomer el divrei, that we call the fruit of a non-Jew a tevel is only at best the rabbanon. But if that's only belongs to the sick person, but it belongs to the doctor, and he said to Yisrael, I can't give a non-Jewish ill person. If since he is careful, this guy, to take off Chumas Maestris, he says, they're so careful, then it's inappropriate, it's unethical. Ein achil tevel v'adai Yisrael. Can't give about a tevel of Yisrael. Okay? Right, okay. Imaya Ever Minachai. The Gemara goes on and says, okay, but what if it's an Isser for Ben Gach as well? Ever Minachai. I feel Mishchalo is also. Even if it belongs to the Chayim himself, it's also. Shalo Yovli de Takol can't put his hand, because that's Lifnei Ever. Because he's going to come and I come to eat it, and it's also there. The kasha is difficult. Al the Beis Shammai. What did the Beis Shammai say in the Mishnah? And the Mishnah said, no sim musul the gabait stalker. Beis Shammai says they keep that which is meiser, somebody doesn't meiser, that which is not meiser to somebody is meiser, and therefore everybody was happily ever after. So he says, Kasha Beis Shammai, simply Beis Shammai. Begin to kasha yipaseid. That's not fair. Why? Because I'm them and I'm Mises, so you cause me a loss. You give me something where I have to fix it. No problem. The chaver who's giving it adds on another 10 or 20% in order to cover the loss. He's allowed to give it him, but if he can't cause the loss, he has to actually give him the amount which is going to have to take off Chumas and Maisos. Okay, Matan the Beis Shammai. What's the reason Beis Shammai? So the Ridba says, Patience Ozal, Mimnei Machokim Raka Gabait Stalker. Why don't you argue about Gabait Stalker? V'lo Chokin HaReisha. You don't argue in the Reisha of the Mishnah, which we speak about generic Machlines Aniyim Demai B'sach Sanya Demai. So yeah, so what's my place here? Where am I here? Umishani, it says Shani Baba Tzok the Cholek Lania Iro. He divides the people city v'nim so Goitla Mina Tevel, and therefore he sets them off from Tevel. Mashem Rishon Posumation Nice Lania Oilam. If Sani was asked, Mama Shitain Lamb, beers them to Kanim. What good is going to do given in this city fixed fruit? She'll be a curse, Yochlu, Shane Masukan, at least it's not fixed. So I feel that I ran off, so I'm even going to give it a getter now. Yochel at the Godro Achas man. Ain't that Yochel Godro? You can't make a getter on him afterwards. Let's see inside. I feel that you ran off, so if you don't go to Godro Achas man. No such thing. You can't make a getter lachazman. So therefore, evidently, you don't make a getter even in the beginning. So now Gemara flips it around and says, "Ma tam d'Rabbanan." What's the d'Rabbanan? So in Medakte Rachrav Avu Mai Pitztaka says to Bnei Moshe, Parach my time the Rabbanon Shabbat going to be Shammai. The same good. Mishani answers me. Nay, in the doctor Achrav, you're meticulous with him. Afu mi might be so gives us talk a perush. Shetomar Kain. When you say this, in Kain certainly votes Mishnei Kalim. You have to collect in two vessels. Echad Musar, Echad She'enu Musar. You know, if you have to divide up, when you redistribute, you have to keep them in two different vessels. Uksheyira Amoritz. And the Lord says, Sheminiach is Masha Gova Meito B'Kli Acheres. He says, you're putting my food that I just gave you in the Sug Beit vessel. So we were suspects what's going on here. What kind of panky is this? We might mean the tzedakah. It gives us tzedakah. Zer perish masisin. That's what means. Which says goyim stam mechal. The end of the Mishnah. Goyim stam mechalkim stam. Perish mechil gvo stam b'kli echad. You put everything together in one pot. L'chayk stam b'kli echad and divide up from one pot. K'dei shelo l'mayit b'tzedakah. In order not to diminish the amount of tzedakah. Then he says, in the version of Yerushalmi that Baz had, Hagir Satamon Afil Tigadrenu Me'achshav Yochad L'Godro L'Achar Zman, which it says on Gemara, Kan Ein Ad Yochad L'Godro. So here you can't be goiter. I'm not sure that makes such a difference. Okay, be that as it may. Gabay Tzlaka B'Yontif. Gabay Tzlaka on Yontif. They shouldn't announce that we need stock. They announce on weekdays. So it's a passage for Yontif. It's not called Yontif. Havagam mitzim, but they collect in private. And they put under their coat. Divide each every neighbor b'ifnei atzmo, in order not to make a big taram, which looks like Chilul Yontif. Gaboy kupa b'shvius. The people who are acquiring kupa to distribute in shvius, they don't have to be meticulous about which yards belong to ochle shvius. So you Baz explains them. They shouldn't be meticulous. Shlolito may chatzeros ochle shvius only to take from. Not take from chatzeros to people each meet inappropriately. El noisnolem. Naslam pas mutar and Naslam should be, it says Naslam, it should be Naslam. If they they received pas, they were given pas bread mutar. Shoshu so that's almost pizzas. Have a little pass. Almost a pizzas. How much you mean this? Maybe reading something wrong. Here, what's the bad say here? Second. Yeah, Beitza. Yeah, Beitza. Egg. And that's let's look at inside. So Gabay Tzakal Gabay Kupa Kushis Loim Daktim Chatzer Shol Cheshvis Nosnu Lahem Pass. If they gave them bread, it's mutter. Shonich Yisrael Lios Nosnim Elamos O Bitzos. It says Bitzos in the Gemara. It should be Beitzim. The Moshe the Baz explains. No, it doesn't really actually explain anymore. The Gemara itself. That's the bread. We're not concerned that they're going to take bread, which meat the bread. but not money. No, something's wrong here. 1 second. So Reb Chaim makes it perhaps a little bit clearer. He says, Omos or Beizos. She'ein motzei some shvius elomos or Beizos shenilkuchu midvei shvius. But stuff which comes from raw materials, we're not choshesh it comes to shvius. But stuff which is normally purchased, we're afraid they made shvius to purchase them. For rain shel shvius, then they get kedusha shvius. V'zeh osur litol etzlam, so that you can't take from the Amaratim. Abel shar dvar mutter, but other things are mutter. Okay. A place that they plant low ochlin. So even though they plant during Shemitah, they don't eat Shemitah. Okay, they have their standards. So therefore, we're not medactic on them. So because if they if they're not kosher to eat themselves, it's certainly not going to give other people to eat. Although I'm not sure exactly why that is. I'm not sure why that's the case. By Kutim, we know they do eat. They don't eat, and they give it to others to eat. I'm not sure I understand why the Yerushalmi is a double partial like that. I don't know. By Yisrael, it's more chomer lifnei iver. By Kutim, they're not goris lifnei iver. But by Yisrael, it's chomer lifnei iver. So if they're not going to eat themselves, they're certainly not going to give to other people. Kohanim are megablin. Kohanim are kneading dough for challah. B'tara, when they're Torah, lo yimedaktim mechatzer sh'ochlei shvius. They should not be meticulous not to take the raw materials from a chutzner people eat Shemitah fruit improperly. Each tiny medaktim. So say you have to be meticulous. And because man tiny when medaktim, he says you have to be medaktek, is nechalasan. Because you want to give challah, and therefore you have to take specifically from people who are trusted. Ochlei shvius are not trusted to maintain the tara of the of their produce. Let me just check that's right. They know the shvius chumas ma'is chal pnei Moshe and Ribah say that we don't give shvius chumas ma'is. Ain't no shvius chumas ma'is is where challah. Don't give chumas ma'is and shmita only challah. Mekom kom ein medaktim el noitlim ma'am. We take it away. We take it from them. Mavricha min akala. Lisa lechamura. Devil be'ain. Okay, I'm not sure I understand what's going on here. Let's see what he says inside. I mean, that was Ribas. Let's see more inside. So, lo yimadakim chatzer sha'ach shvius, each tiny time medakim, or bechazman tiny medakim nechalason. So you don't take from the courtyards of Ochlei Shvius because there's once the choshen shmita choshen onto matar as well, and they're going to be time of the challah. Madam aim medaktikim. That's we say. We're not concerned. We take even from people who are Ochlei Shvius. So, did I say that? Ma'ana aim medaktikim. When I'm going to take this, mabricho min akala machniso lechamura. So the Ridbaz explains. The Ridbaz actually goes to Bnei Moshe here, but let's use Reb Chaim, which I think will be much simpler. So he says that if he doesn't come to collect from the Ochlei Shvius, maybe he's not going to satisfy Chal at all, and he's being mavriach the Kohen from Isser Shvius by not going there, but which is lenient, but he's being machshel the Baal Bayis in the more severe Isser of eating tevel which she's not going to take off through proper Chuvas and Meisers. Tevel Bavon Misa, which you're exposing at the problem, Tevel, Shvis Los Aseh. Shvis is only Los Aseh, which is less of a problem. The beginning of Shas is Lav Dafka, because Shvis is only, not just the Rabbanah. They're not just only Los Aseh, they're only Los Aseh the Rabbanah. And, I think it goes off on a tangent here. That's what Gemara says, actually. Tevel, I didn't have to look in the Gillian Hashas. Tevel, it should be Bilav on Misa. Shvis is below Sase. So, Ketzur Hoseh. So what do you do in this case? The Kohen Madam Emadaktikim, and we take it from them. So maybe Kohen Choshet, you bring a Kohen who's suspect on Shemitah, that he ate Shemitah, you make him go on the mikveh and you give him to eat. So as it relates to most of the Torah summer, now give Torah stuff for Amoritz. The stuff for Torah is critical. All right, maybe Kohen Choshet might be low. He brings the Kohen who's suspect, might be low, and he brings the mikveh. U'mishamar erev, he waits till nightfall. I'm sure every machil, then he gives it to eat. So then Gemara asks, oh, this is being, if it's not lifnei iver, it leads to machzi day over avera by being involved in this guy. So Shimba bar money, B'Shem Rabbi Yaakov said, mishamra ad erev Pesach v'sorfa, that you don't give it to the Amoritz. You don't, when you go to the mikvah and reward his behavior, you wait till Pesach, and then you burn it with the chametz. I think that brings us to Yud Tilchaf Vav Amud Aleph. Yeah, not by much, but it does pretty much. Okay, so we'll stop here for today.